welcome to another Daily Digest video. I'm Ross Merriam, but today I am playing a very strange collected company deck. This one is mono green. I also have Court of Calling, which goes nicely with Wall of Roots, but in general, just a mana creature beatdown deck. And our opening hand here looks great. We have turn 1 Bird, which is our best possible opening. That can either lead into Wall plus Tracker or Leatherback Baloth. If I think there's a decent chance I'll want to play Baloth, activate Tracker on turn 3, I'll go with the double spell plan, but if I just want to get aggressive and start attacking, I'll probably play the Baloth. Also, if I brick on lands, I might want to play the Wall just so I can company on 3. A couple of different decisions there. We'll see what happens. But definitely starting with a Bird. And on the play here, always a nice. Okay, did not draw land, and our opponent is a control deck. Kind of want to start companying, but I also like just Balothing to attack. And there's something to be said for getting the companies out so we can get pressure, but I also like having a company in reserve, so when they cast a sweeper, you can immediately rebuild. But we do now have a second company, so I think I'll go with Wall Tracker. Unfortunately, this Tracker is not going to be very good. Basically a 1-mana 1/1. Okay. It still could be blue-white. They usually have a couple of fetches outside of Flooded Strand, but for now I'm thinking Jeskai. Thinking what I could do with this cord, like if I play Baloth off of Forest Wall and pass the turn, you can make a mana with Wall and tap 4 creatures for Convoke. I could accord for 2 and get the Baloth down. What is a cord for 2 gonna do though? Not a whole lot. Probably an Apocryphite or a Duskwatch Recruiter. Is that good? So I think I'll just company this turn. After attacking for 1. Hopefully company will get some more creatures down to help accord as well. That's interesting. Okay. Thoughtscour Milling Colligan's Command. And Flooded Strand. Well, now I'm confused, but I'd like to run this company out while they don't have counter mana up, so I'm just going to do it now. I thought they might be blue-white miracles, so I didn't want to company in response to the Thoughtscour in case they hit a Terminus. But I think company now should be safe. Ooh, Dungrove Elder is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of forests, but I think the Hexproof creature is pretty good here, in addition to Steel Leaf Champion. 2 3-drops, so an excellent company there. And we now have a pretty significant clock. This is 8 damage a turn. They'll be able to play this a Lightning Bolt. Another Scour, and this one mills Sulphur Falls Colligan's Command. Don't really know what's going on, but we definitely know our opponent is some sort of control deck. Sartre's Canto, they'll be able to transform that next turn, but I have lethal damage on board with a Coco in hand, so feels like they just didn't interact for 3 turns, and that is not something you wanted to be doing in Modern. Gotta interact early and often, unless you are going to be faster than them. Control deck's not very good at beating people with speed. Not their style. Looks like they might be setting up for a sweeper here. They're guaranteed 4 mana if they transform the Search. Mill over a swamp, so Definitely know our opponent is set for lands. If they can Verdict here with a removal spell off, that would be pretty good. But just a passing of the turn. I'm expecting Cryptic Command here, and now that I have third Forest, I can Court of Call, or I can Collected Company with just the Wall of Roots, so that doesn't need to tap. So I don't think there's any reason for me to Coco on end step. So, yeah, let's just go to attacks. Okay. No Cryptic Command, so not really sure what's going on here. Snapcast K Command. Now I'm getting kind of punished for not Cocoing. Hitting the Steam Vents. Going to 3, so no black mana. Does this settle the wreckage? Lightning Helix. I don't think I have anything to cord for that can stop that. Yeah, no. That's fine. Assume they have another Bolt here or Helix. Another Helix, so they'll go up to 9 and then take 4 here, go to 5, so I no longer have lethal just on board, unless I draw a Forest. Still not going to play the Baloth because I definitely want to hold up company, but I'll probably run out this Cord on their end step. Cord for 2, get the Apocryphite. Okay, shocking themselves. Now they're down to 3. Nicol Bolas. Okay. I will discard Wall of Roots. Definitely the worst card in our hand. So Leatherblack, Baloth, and Ulvenwald Tracker can combine to take down that Bolas unless they have a removal spell. I wonder if do I want to Cord now? I still think I want to Cord and save the company, but if I'm going to be tapping out, then the company doesn't really do a whole lot. If I just get Apocryphite, I force them to have a removal spell anyway. I guess I could try to just fight with the Apocryphite so I don't risk as much, and then have the Dungrove Elder that's still lethal if the fight resolves. So you got to figure if they had Path Exile in their hand, they would have used it last turn instead of the double Helix. So it's unlikely they have Path. I think I'm going to go for the Cord play. It's Cord. It's also just the most expensive card in my hand. Hold on. Cord. Pay green. Pay green. Pay green. X is 0, X is 1, X is 2, X is 3. Just be a little careful there. I guess X is 3, so I can actually find a 3-drop here. That's even better. Ronus is kind of cool. That should kill them. I can just get a Leatherback Baloth so I don't have to commit one, because then I can just tap Forest, use Wall, or like Bird Wall, and then have 4 mana up for the company. What is best if they have another Lightning Helix? If they have a Helix, and I just go pump Dungrove Elder, attack with Dungrove Ronus, they block Dungrove, and they're taking 6. So even if they Helix, they are dead. If they can chump block, if I attack with the Tracker too, then they're dead. Because they'll have to chump block the 5/5, and then, I guess in the Helix, the Tracker, and go to 1. So I beat them by drawing a land then. Throwness is also just one of the better things. One of the better things to fight with. Yeah, let's just get the Ronus. That should work. Now they definitely need a path. They're on 6 mana, so if they do have the path, there's bolting themselves. Okay. Yeah, they just realized the lightning bolt doesn't do anything. Okay. Well, we found our weird collection of cards that beats them. Our opponent is 4-color control. So this Magus of the Moon, I have to imagine, is going to be very good. Tireless Tracker seems like it's going to be very good. And Shaper Sanctuary seems very good. What cards do not seem very good? How about these Relics of Progenitus? And this Loaming Shaman. This Yisan, the Wandering Bard, seems really slow. And I think you generally want to trim chords against removal heavy decks. This Rex Sage seems fine. I guess it'll answer Search for Azcanta. So I think 1 is fine. Everything else is just generating card advantage or really efficient, so or mana. Oh, there's this Ulvenwald tracker. I don't really like this tracker, even though it did some okay things in that game. I'll leave in a Chord, or I'll leave in a Yisan. I guess Spellskite might be good. It's bad against K command. Bad-ish, I guess. Good against Lightning Bolt and Helix, though. I just don't like Spellskite in matchups like this. Okay, I'll just keep in another Chord. Not my favorite thing to do, but I just don't like any of the other cards. Maybe if my opponent's Thought Scouring, then Relic's still fine. That is a possibility. This hand looks great. I'm going to keep. Turn 1, Shaper Sanctuary. Turn 2, 2 creatures. And go from there. 2 mana creatures, I should say. Whenever you have Shaper Sanctuary on turn 1, it is really, really good. It's a weak top deck, but very good on turn 1. See if our opponent cantrips like they did in the last game. And what land they're going to get. Should clue us into what their mana situation is like. Okay, no cantrip. The Steam Vents make sense because they have K commanded Helix, so they like attaching red to blue as opposed to the other colors. Wall of Roots. Green birds. Now, if they kill my mana creatures, I get cantrips to find more lands. Everything works out. Gangbusters. Okay, so it looks like they're pretty blue heavy, and they're just going to get their other colors attached to blue. There's a Mystic Gate. Ooh, and another land. Perfect. So I'm going to attempt this tracker. And now we'll get a clue. Not sure if I want to crack this clue or play the other wall. Yes, I would like to draw a card. Ooh. Well, now that they used a spot removal spell, which is indicative of them not having a sweeper, and I got an instant that requires more mana, I'm going to play the wall. Ugh. Always got to use Wall of Roots first. It's very annoying. I could actually crack the clue on their turn too by putting counters on these walls, but I don't want to run down this first Wall of Roots too quickly. We're going to play a bit of a longer game with the Sanctuary and already up a card with Tracker. And then we have Company Finks in our hand for more card advantage. Ooh, no fourth land, and a Chord of Calling. Still didn't do it right. Okay, make green. So I'm going to play Finks here. This allows me to leave up Collected Company, but I can also potentially Chord for 4, which is a lot. Probably end up just Chording for 3. And maybe finding another tracker. Or Eternal Witness, get back the tracker in my graveyard. That would be cool. There's a fourth land. What else do I got? Is there anything really cool? I could get the Ronus. Could get Dungrove Elder. Huh. I do think I want to use my mana. Green, green, 1, 2, 3. Chord for 3. I'll probably just get the Witness, get my immediate card advantage. Ooh. Little Dispel action. And I do have red mana from Bird, so game. I guess that's what I could have corded for. I forgot that was in my sideboard. Let's start getting some beatdowns on. And do you have another counterspell? Because I have a Magus of the Moon. Still using Wall of Roots so I can leave up Collected Company. Now my opponent has no relevant mana, though they do have Lightning Bolts and stuff in their deck. Ooh, basic Swamp. Now they can Cake Command. Oh, Jesus, what is this? Tassiger? That doesn't seem good. Just a 4/5, although I guess it does block all my stuff. So, actually is pretty good. Oh no! What? Well, I don't know what I hit there to not be able to attack. But that's a tilt. Guess we'll play a Leatherback Baloth and pass the turn. And wait another turn to company. Yeah, that Tasker actually is pretty annoying. But my opponent has very few castable cards left in their deck, so... Ugh. Make some mana. Cast this. Okay, Steely Champion will trade with Tassiger, but just a bird on top of that is not great. Moving 2 more Cocos to the bottom. Ooh, that is a neat one. That's mush for 9. Sure. And make green. Eternal Witness back this company. Maybe there's something I can chord for. I don't really know. But I think they're going to be dead next turn. Magus the Moon doing work. Now it's a polluted delta. That doesn't do anything. Okay, green, green. What do we got this time? A complete brick. Okay. Not the best I've ever seen. And if they have a lightning bolt, like if I attack with all of my creatures that have power, it is lethal on board. They block Steel Leaf Champion and take 11. But I'd really don't think there's a need to risk this Magus in combat. I'll just force the trade and get them to 1. Maybe they draw Colligan's Command. And then have 3 mana to work with at 1 life. They go like land, K command, Verdict you or something ridiculous. Sure, they do not. Well, game 2 a little anticlimactic there with the Magus of the Moon shutting our opponent out of most of their deck. But game 1, I mean, pretty instructive on just timing the companies well and hitting some big creatures that were enough, especially against my opponent's lightning bolts. Like I had 5/4s and 4/5s against their bolts and helixes, so they weren't able to do a whole lot. They didn't interact early. I just got too far ahead, and their Nicol Bolas was not enough to catch them up. Game 2, I was ahead on cards, so I felt pretty good even without the Magus. But you never know like what they have, and especially once they have the Tassiger, if they're able to use their removal to handle my bigger creatures, then even at the cost of some card disadvantage, then my smaller creatures are all blanked by the Tassiger, and I don't have enough pressure to start jump attacking with them. So it could have gotten hairy there had I not found the Magus, but it did, and that's why we have one in our deck. So, you know, that's modern for you. Cool deck, though. The little mono green company, kind of a, I assume, a budget list, but still with powerful cards and with efficient creatures, and you can win games when that's what's in your deck. So hope you enjoyed watching this one, and you can come back and see me on Wednesday. Bye.